Morning. This is Kimia Motley with your Monday Morning Moment. I want to speak to you this morning from the perspective of resilience. People always ask me, how did you recover after going through such a tragedy? For those of you that don't know, in 2011, my ex-husband shot me 4 times. In my face, in my neck, in the back of my head, and in my back with a .38. And he didn't stop there. He shot my daughter 1 time in the head. Neither of us were expected to live, but we did by God's grace. And a lot of times people ask, like I said, how did you come back from that? Well, the answer is by building resilience. And you too can come back from your life's mishaps. Resilience is your ability to bounce back when something knocks you down. And how exactly do you build that resilience? Well, number one, I cultivated my relationship with God. I began praying and reading my word and meditating almost daily, sometimes almost hourly, when I felt like I couldn't get past what was going on in my life. I connected with my church. You know, it's important to have a connection with others. You can't do anything by yourself. And you need to connect with positive people. Everyone is not taking you in a positive direction, so it's got to be positive people that says, hey, I've got your back in this. Hey, do you need something? And even if you say, no, I don't need anything, they bring you stuff anyway. They're there with you to be your friend, your confidant, your confidant, your prayer partner, and they help you with resources. You need people. You need to connect with a good therapist. Within our community, sometimes therapy is looked at as a negative thing, especially with us and our strong Black woman syndrome. Not needing to have someone help us, but we do need help recovering emotionally and mentally after serious things go on in our lives. You should also consider connecting with yourself. You know, after going through tragedy, and especially domestic violence like we went through, people act methodically to try to break down who you are. They try to break down your character, so you've got to build it back up. You've got to know that you are worthy. You've got to know that you are loved. You got to know that you are beautiful inside and out, no matter what has happened. You got to have belief in your abilities. Life is bad, but it's not impossible. You can get back up from what seems like impossible situations. I journaled almost daily just to get my feelings out, because everyone couldn't accept what I was going through, and everyone couldn't identify with what I was going through. So journaling helped me out, and it really helped me to connect with myself. Additionally, I read a lot of books on domestic violence. I fed myself with knowledge, so you've got to do that too. You got to connect. The next step in building resilience is connecting with the process. It hurts. Give yourself permission to grieve. Give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself permission to learn from your mistakes. Don't kick yourself down because of things that you may have gone through, or things that you feel like you did to contribute to it. Forgive yourself and learn to forgive others. Accept the process. There are going to be times when you're angry, and that's okay. There are going to be times when you're overwhelmingly sad. There are times I remember getting in my bed, curling up into a ball and crying my eyes out, soaking my pillow with tears. But that's okay. Tears cleanse the soul. Don't feel like you got to hold that in. And lastly, in order to build resilience, you have to connect to a greater purpose. What is your purpose? What is it that God is asking you to do? What do you have deep down in yourself that you want to bring out? Something that you've been suppressing. Is it a book? Is it a movement? Is it a song? What is it? You know, for me, I never envisioned myself fighting domestic violence. I'm a teacher. I love kindergarten students, 5-year-olds rock, I never envisioned myself teaching others about domestic violence, but when I connected to that purpose, my whole life changed. You can build resilience after going through any tragedy, trust me. And if you are willing to do the work to make that happen, your life will be so much better because of it. This is Kimya Motley. You can connect with me via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you have questions for me, shoot them to my inbox. If you have something you'd like me to talk about, let me know that as well. I hope you have a blessed week.